Somewhere in a muddy war camp on the northern edge of the Roman Empire, an emperor sat alone one night and wrote himself a note. Not a decree, not a speech for the Senate. A private reminder, meant for no one but himself. He wrote it because he was struggling with the exact same thing you might be struggling with right now. Loving people he could not control, and losing people he could not keep. That emperor was Marcus Aurelius, and the notebook he kept became one of the most quietly devastating books ever written about the human heart. Meditations. Today, we're going to use his private notes to answer a question almost everyone eventually has to face. How do you let go of someone without losing yourself in the process? Not by shutting down, not by pretending you don't care. Real detachment, the Stoic kind, is something else entirely. And it's more useful than almost anything modern self-help will tell you. Here are 5 rules. The first rule is the hardest to hear, so let's get it out of the way early. No relationship you have ever had was built to last forever. Not the marriage, not the childhood best friend, not the parent you assumed would always be a phone call away. Every bond you form is on loan, and it always was. You just weren't told that at the time. This isn't pessimism, it's arithmetic. Look at your own life. Count the people who were once permanent fixtures. A best friend from age 11, a college roommate, a first love, and are now essentially strangers. It's not that those relationships failed, it's that they were never guaranteed to begin with. You just assumed they were because assuming otherwise is uncomfortable. Marcus Aurelius returned to this idea constantly, reminding himself that everything he loved, his position, his family, even his own body, was borrowed from a universe that owes no one permanence. Here's the shift that changes everything. The moment you stop treating a relationship as something you own, you stop feeling robbed when it changes shape. You start treating it instead as something you were lucky to borrow for a while. Picture someone you're currently holding on to too tightly, replaying old messages, waiting for things to go back to how they were. Now ask yourself honestly, were they ever actually yours to keep? Or were you just fortunate enough to have them for a season? That single reframe won't erase the sadness, but it removes the sense of betrayal, and betrayal is usually the part that hurts the most. Rule 2. Your suffering is manufactured, not delivered. Here's something the Stoics understood 2,000 years before modern psychology caught up to it. The event never hurts you. Your interpretation of the event does. Marcus Aurelius put it plainly. It isn't the thing itself that disturbs us, but our judgment about the thing. Strip away the story you're telling yourself, and what's actually left? Try this test. Someone you care about goes quiet for 6 hours. No reply to your message. By hour 2, your mind has already written an entire screenplay. They're angry. They've pulled away. This is the beginning of the end. By hour 4, you've rehearsed the breakup speech in your head. By hour 6, you're emotionally exhausted over an event that so far consists of exactly nothing. That exhaustion isn't coming from them. It's coming from you. Specifically, from the uncontested story running through your head with zero fact-checking. The Stoic move isn't to suppress the feeling. It's to interrupt the narrative before it hardens into truth. Ask one blunt question. What do I actually know versus what have I invented? Almost always, what you know is small and neutral. What you've invented is large and catastrophic. The gap between those two things is exactly the amount of unnecessary suffering you've handed yourself, for free without being asked. Detachment doesn't mean you stop noticing silence. It means you stop authoring tragedies out of it. Rule 3. Rehearse the loss before it rehearses you. This one sounds strange the first time you hear it, so stay with it. The Stoics practice something called premeditatio malorum, deliberately imagining loss before it happens, not to invite it, but to disarm it. Most people do the opposite. They avoid even thinking about losing someone because it feels unlucky, or morbid, or too painful to touch. But avoidance doesn't protect you from the loss. It only guarantees you'll be maximally unprepared when it eventually arrives, and everything eventually arrives. Marcus Aurelius trained himself daily to look at what he loved and quietly acknowledge. This too could end tomorrow. Not out of despair, but out of respect for reality. He wasn't trying to feel less. He was trying to feel ready. Try it yourself, briefly, right now. Picture someone important to you simply not being in your life anymore. Not through tragedy, just through the ordinary drift that happens to most relationships eventually. Sit in that discomfort for 10 seconds. Don't flinch away from it. That small, deliberate act does two things at once. It makes you more grateful for what you currently have because you've just felt its absence in miniature. And it quietly builds a kind of emotional callus so that if the loss ever becomes real, you're not starting from zero. You've already been there, briefly, on your own terms, and survived it. That's not pessimism, that's rehearsal. And rehearsal is what makes the real performance survivable. Rule 4, hand back. What was never yours to hold. This is the rule that actually gives you your power back. Here is a full, exhaustive list of what you control in any relationship. Your own thoughts, your own actions, and your own responses. That's the entire list. Everything else, how someone feels about you, whether they text back, whether they choose to stay, belongs entirely to them. Most emotional pain in relationships comes from quietly trying to manage a second person's mind from inside your own head. You send the perfectly worded message, hoping it produces the right feeling in them. You perform, adjust, over-explain, over-give, all in an attempt to steer something that was never steerable in the first place. Marcus Aurelius separated the world into two piles with brutal clarity: things up to us and things not up to us. Suffering, in his view, almost always comes from confusing the two piles, treating someone else's heart as though it were a lever inside your own control panel. The relief here is significant. The moment you stop trying to manage someone else's feelings toward you, you stop auditioning for people. You start acting from your own values instead of their anticipated reaction. And ironically, people are usually far more drawn to someone who has stopped performing for their approval than to someone visibly trying to earn it. This isn't indifference to others. It's just accuracy about where your job ends and theirs begins. Rule 5. Zoom out until the pain gets smaller. The last rule is the one Marcus Aurelius used like a reset button. He would deliberately imagine his life from a great distance, his empire, his grief, his private anxieties, viewed as if from far above, one small moving point among billions across centuries of human history. Not to make himself feel insignificant, but to make his current pain feel appropriately sized. Here's a version you can use tonight. Whatever is currently consuming you, a person who left, a friendship that faded, a message that never came, ask yourself one question. Will this still be the center of my life in 5 years? Almost never is the honest answer yes. And that's not depressing. It's freeing. It means the crushing weight you feel right now is temporary, even though it doesn't feel temporary while you're inside it. Think back to a moment years ago that felt world-ending at the time. You survived it. You're likely not even fully sure anymore why it hurt so much. That same trajectory applies to whatever you're carrying today, whether you can see it yet or not. Zooming out doesn't shrink the person or the relationship into something meaningless. It just returns them to their proper size. One meaningful chapter inside a much longer book, rather than the entire book itself. None of this is about becoming cold, distant, or unbothered by the people in your life. Marcus Aurelius wasn't an unfeeling man. He was a grieving father, a tired leader, someone who loved deeply and lost often. Stoicism was never his attempt to stop caring. It was his attempt to care without being destroyed by it. That's the actual goal of detachment. Not indifference, but freedom. The freedom to love people fully while they're here and release them cleanly when they're not, without losing your own footing in the process. So the next time you feel yourself gripping too tightly to someone or something slipping away, ask the only question that actually matters. Am I in control of this, or is this in control of me?